You've been lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, watching the minutes crawl by as sleep refuses to come. You've tried counting sheep, scrolling your phone, maybe even drinking warm milk, but nothing seems to work. You know how it feels, the frustration, the restlessness, the subtle panic that grows as your body cries out for rest, but your mind refuses to obey. What if I told you there's something simple, almost unbelievably simple, you can do tonight, something you can press, touch, or activate that will send a signal to your body that it's time to let go, to relax, to finally drift into the deep restorative sleep you've been craving? Think about the power of touch, the precision of your body, and the invisible ways it communicates with itself. Your hands, your feet, your pulse, they are more than just parts of your body. They are messengers, switches, and triggers for a system that has been designed to keep you alive, alert, and healthy. And yet, in our modern lives, we rarely stop to honor the messages they give us. We ignore tension, we bypass signals, we override our own natural rhythms with screens, noise, and worry. Tonight, I want you to pause. I want you to recognize that you hold the key to your sleep in your own hands, literally. Your nervous system is an intricate network that responds to pressure, touch, and stimulation in ways you might not even realize. There's a point, a precise spot on your body that when pressed gently before bed, sends a signal to your brain, it's time to rest, it's time to reset, it's time to heal. This isn't magic, it isn't superstition, it's biology. It's the body remembering what it is capable of when you stop fighting it. The body wants to sleep, it needs to sleep, it will sleep, but you have to give it the right cues. Imagine lying down and bringing awareness to your body, to this tiny spot that holds such influence. You press it with intention, not force, not in a rush, but with a deliberate focus on the sensation, the connection, the act of signaling your body that tonight you are giving it permission to relax. And as you press, notice how the tension in your shoulders begins to ease, how your jaw unclenches, how the rapid thoughts racing through your mind begin to slow down. Each breath you take becomes deeper, more deliberate, more connected to your body rather than your worries. Sleep is not something you chase. Sleep is something you invite. And the invitation comes through a series of small, intentional actions that tell your body it is safe, it is time, you are ready. By pressing this spot, you are activating a chain reaction that starts in the periphery of your body and moves inward, touching your nervous system, your muscles, your brain, your heart. You are speaking to the very core of what makes you human, the ability to calm yourself, to restore yourself, to honor your natural rhythms. Now, while your hand is on that point, allow yourself to become fully present in this moment. Feel the surface of your mattress beneath you, the weight of your body pressing into it, the coolness of your sheets against your skin. Every detail matters. Your body is listening, your nervous system is taking notes, your mind is learning the language of rest. This is not a quick trick, a one-time hack. This is a habit, a ritual, a way of telling your body that tonight and every night you are prioritizing rest, health, and rejuvenation. Think of sleep as the most powerful medicine available to you. No pill, no supplement, no gimmick can replicate the restorative powers of true deep sleep. Every cell in your body rejuvenates, every hormone balances, every memory and emotion resets. And yet, so many of us cheat ourselves of this medicine, trading it for screens, stress, and endless mental chatter. By pressing this point before bed, you are reclaiming what was always yours, the ability to fully surrender to rest. As you maintain this gentle pressure, feel the rhythm of your breath aligning with the rhythm of your body. Inhale slowly, deeply, filling your lungs completely. Exhale just as slowly, releasing not just air, but tension, anxiety, the residues of your day that no longer serve you. Let each breath synchronize with the signal you are sending through your touch. Let it be a reminder that your body knows how to rest when you give it the chance. And notice how quickly your thoughts begin to change. The worries about tomorrow, the regrets from yesterday, the endless mental loops, they begin to soften. They no longer dominate your mind because you are giving your attention to something far more powerful, the natural signal to sleep, the act of reconnecting with your body's wisdom. This is a form of self-respect, of self-love, of trust in your own physiology. You are telling yourself that you deserve rest, that your mind deserves clarity, and that your body deserves healing. The beauty of this practice is in its simplicity. It doesn't require a meditation app, a guided exercise, or a long ritual. It only requires you to recognize the power you already hold. Your fingertips, your focus, your intention, they are all you need. And as you do this night after night, you will notice a transformation. Falling asleep becomes effortless. Waking up becomes more refreshing. And your days are no longer clouded by the exhaustion of restless nights. You are reclaiming energy, focus, and resilience with a single deliberate action each evening. Imagine waking tomorrow with a mind clear, a body restored, a spirit ready to take on the challenges of your day without dragging the weight of sleepless nights behind you. Imagine the ripple effect this one habit can have, not just on your sleep, but on your productivity, your mood, your health, your relationships. Sleep is the foundation, and by pressing this point before bed, you are reinforcing that foundation brick by brick, night after night, creating a fortress of rest that no stress, no worry, no overthinking can easily shake. And even beyond the immediate effects of falling asleep faster or sleeping more deeply, this is a reminder of your own power. Too often, we look outside ourselves for solutions, for quick fixes, for external guidance. But the truth is that your body contains all the tools you need. Your nervous system, your hands, your breath, your awareness, they are instruments waiting to be tuned. When you press this point before bed, you are tuning them perfectly for sleep, for rest, for restoration. So tonight, make the choice. Lay down, find this point, press it with intention, and allow your body to do what it knows how to do best, sleep. Feel the release of tension, the slowing of your mind, the deep, welcoming embrace of your mattress. Feel the knowledge that you are taking control of something fundamental, something vital, something transformative. This is not just about sleep. It is about mastery over your body, your mind, your life. With each night, each press, each breath, you build a habit of respect for yourself, a ritual of restoration, a pathway to energy, clarity, and focus. You are teaching your body to trust itself, teaching your mind to calm itself, and teaching your soul to honor its need for rest. And as you continue, you'll realize something remarkable. The act of pressing this point is not just a technique. It is a symbol, a daily declaration that you are worthy of care, worthy of healing, worthy of rest. And the best part is that this power has always been yours. It is not something you need to buy, learn, or struggle to find. It has been inside you all along, waiting for you to notice it, to activate it, to honor it. Tonight, as you press this point and feel yourself drifting into sleep, remember that you are not doing it for anyone else. You are doing it for yourself, for your health, for your clarity, for your life. Sleep is not a passive state. It is a reward, a gift, a practice. And by taking these few moments before bed to press the point, to breathe deeply, to align your body and mind, you are practicing the art of living well. You are creating nights that rejuvenate, days that energize, and a life that feels in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. You are reclaiming what has always been yours, and in doing so, you are teaching yourself that the simplest actions, done with awareness and intention, can have the most profound impact. Your body is far more intelligent than you often give it credit for. Every muscle, every nerve, every cell has a story to tell, a message to deliver, and a rhythm to follow. And yet, in our fast-paced, distraction-filled lives, we rarely take the time to listen. We rush through our days, overload our minds, and ignore the subtle signals that tell us when it's time to rest. But the truth is, sleep is not something we need to chase. It is a state that our body is naturally designed to enter, a rhythm it is programmed to follow, and a restorative process it desperately craves. The key to unlocking this natural rhythm lies in awareness and intention. And one of the most powerful ways to access it is through the simple, almost miraculous power of touch. There is a specific point on your body, a point that might seem insignificant at first glance, but when activated, it communicates directly with your nervous system. By pressing this point gently before bed, you are not performing a random ritual or a mystical act. You are engaging with your own physiology in a deliberate, conscious way. Your nervous system responds to touch in profound ways. Every gentle pressure you apply sends a signal from your peripheral nerves to your brain, telling it to shift gears, to slow down, to prepare for rest. This is not about force or intensity. It is about presence, focus, and intention. By pressing this point, you are essentially whispering to your body, it's time to let go, it's safe to relax, you deserve rest. When most people think about falling asleep, they focus only on the mind. They try to silence thoughts, control breathing, or distract themselves with screens or music. But sleep is not a mental trick. Sleep is a biological process that requires the cooperation of your entire body. Your muscles, your heart rate, your breathing, and your nervous system all need to be in sync. By activating this specific touch point, you're not just calming your mind, You are aligning your body with the natural rhythm of sleep. Your nervous system interprets the signal as a cue that it is safe to slow down. The tension in your shoulders, the tightness in your jaw, and the racing thoughts that have kept you awake begin to release. Each gentle press sends a cascade of signals that tell every part of your body, relax, it's time. It's remarkable how something so simple can have such a profound effect. You may have spent years struggling with sleepless nights, trying complicated methods, yet the solution has been literally in your hands all along. The act of pressing this point is a way of reclaiming control over your own physiology. It reminds you that your body is not separate from you. It is an extension of your awareness, a system designed to respond to your attention. When you engage with it intentionally, when you acknowledge its signals and respond appropriately, you begin to unlock the natural healing powers that exist within you. Consider the rhythm of touch and breath. When your hand rests on this point and you press with conscious awareness, you create a feedback loop. Your mind notices the sensation, your muscles respond by relaxing, and your breathing naturally slows and deepens. Each inhale and exhale reinforces the signal of rest. Your body begins to interpret this interaction as a cue that it is safe to enter a deeper state of relaxation. Over time, with repetition, this becomes a conditioned response. Your nervous system begins to recognize the act itself as a precursor to sleep, and falling asleep becomes less of a struggle and more of a natural, automatic process. This point is not just a physical location, it is a bridge between your mind and body. Too often we think that sleep is about turning off the mind. But that is a misconception. Your mind does not need to be forced into silence. It needs a signal, a rhythm, and a physical anchor that allows it to release tension and enter a state of calm. Touch provides that anchor. It is a language your body understands intuitively. A language that requires no explanation, no complicated technique, just awareness and intention. The moment you engage with it, you are reminding your nervous system that you are aware, you are present, and you are ready to rest. There is also an element of self-respect embedded in this practice. By taking these moments before bed to touch this point, you are giving yourself permission to prioritize your body's needs. In our daily lives, we often neglect rest because we feel that productivity, responsibility, or urgency is more important. But when you honor your body's signals through simple acts like this, you are making a statement. Your well-being matters, your rest matters, and your life is worth being lived from a place of energy and clarity. This awareness shifts your relationship with sleep from frustration and resistance to cooperation and respect. The simplicity of this method is what makes it so powerful. You do not need a meditation app, a special device, or a complicated breathing routine. All you need is your body, your attention, and the intention to engage with it. This is a skill, a practice, and a habit that builds over time. With every night that you press this point, your body becomes more responsive, your nervous system more attuned, and your mind more confident in its ability to relax. Sleep transforms from a source of anxiety into a predictable, reliable, and deeply restorative part of your life. Ultimately, what this practice teaches is that the solutions to our struggles are often within us. We spend so much time looking outward, searching for answers, when the answers lie in our own awareness and in our willingness to act intentionally. By pressing this point before bed, you are engaging in a dialogue with your own body, a conversation that has profound implications for your health, your energy, and your clarity. You are reclaiming control over your sleep, your nervous system, and your life. You are reminding yourself that the power to rest, restore, and renew has always been in your hands, waiting for your awareness and intention to awaken it. Sleep is more than a pause in your day. It is the foundation upon which your health, clarity, and vitality are built. Every moment you spend awake carries consequences, but every night you sleep deeply carries benefits that ripple throughout your life. Yet so many of us underestimate it, treating it as optional, negotiable, or secondary to productivity and achievement. The truth is, sleep is the most powerful medicine available to you, a force that repairs, restores, and recharges every part of your being. When you understand its value and prioritize it, everything else in your life begins to align. Your energy improves, your focus sharpens, your emotional resilience grows, and your body begins to function at its optimal level. Imagine your body as a complex ecosystem, where every organ, every system, and every cell depends on balance to thrive. Sleep is the period when this ecosystem rejuvenates itself. Your brain consolidates memories, processes experiences, and clears away mental clutter accumulated throughout the day. Your heart and cardiovascular system recover from stress, lowering inflammation and supporting long-term health. Hormones responsible for growth, repair, appetite, and stress balance are regulated, ensuring that your body can perform at its peak. Without adequate sleep, this intricate system begins to falter. Energy dips, focus scatters, moods fluctuate, and your resilience to life's challenges diminishes. Prioritizing sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity, a deliberate act of self-preservation and self-respect. Yet the challenge for so many is not knowing sleep's importance, it is finding the way to access it. Modern life is filled with distractions, overthinking, and constant stimulation that keep the mind active long after the body is ready to rest. Phones, social media, work emails, and endless tasks bombard your attention, training your nervous system to remain alert when it should be winding down. This is where intentional rituals, small practices, and mindful actions become transformative. By creating a consistent cue, a signal that tells your body it is safe, it is time, you may rest. You begin to retrain your system to honor sleep as an essential part of life rather than a negotiable option. One of the most profound shifts occurs when you recognize that sleep is not passive. It is an active process that requires your cooperation, awareness, and intentionality. The body cannot function optimally without your participation. By developing habits that prepare your body for rest, whether through controlled breathing, gentle stretching, or engaging specific points of touch, you send signals to your nervous system that it is time to enter restorative sleep. These cues allow your body to transition from a state of alertness and tension to one of calm, focus, and regeneration. You are, in essence, orchestrating the environment in which your mind and body can heal themselves. When you commit to prioritizing sleep, the benefits are immediate and tangible. Your mornings begin with clarity instead of fog. Your decisions are sharper instead of clouded, and your emotional responses become more balanced instead of reactive. The exhaustion that once dominated your afternoons disappears, replaced by sustained energy and focus. Productivity is no longer about pushing harder, it is about showing up fully present, fully restored, and fully alive. Each night of restorative sleep compounds these benefits, creating a cumulative effect that transforms not just your days, but your life. Furthermore, sleep serves as a powerful tool for emotional regulation and mental resilience. The challenges, setbacks, and stresses of daily life are inevitable, but your ability to respond with clarity, patience, and creativity depends on the quality of your rest. A body that is well rested can face adversity with strength, think strategically under pressure, and recover quickly from setbacks. On the other hand, a body deprived of sleep struggles to maintain perspective, makes impulsive decisions, and experiences heightened stress responses. By intentionally cultivating restorative sleep, you are investing in your capacity to thrive in every aspect of life: relationships, career, creativity, and health. Sleep is also intimately connected to your physical performance and long-term vitality. Every system in your body, from muscular repair to immune defense, depends on consistent deep sleep to function optimally. Athletes, high performers, and successful individuals understand this instinctively. No amount of training, planning, or effort can replace the restorative power of a well-regulated sleep cycle. By honoring this rhythm, you not only improve your immediate energy and focus, but also protect your long-term health, building a foundation for longevity, resilience, and vitality that lasts for decades. The beauty of prioritizing sleep lies in its accessibility. It does not require extraordinary resources, expensive tools, or complicated routines. It only requires awareness, discipline, and consistency. By creating small, intentional habits each night, dimmed lights, reduced stimulation, controlled breathing, or activating specific points of touch, you provide your body with the signals it needs to relax and restore itself. Over time, these habits reinforce a natural rhythm, making falling asleep and staying asleep effortless rather than a struggle. You are teaching your body to trust itself, teaching your mind to release tension, and creating a life where RGY and clarity are no longer scarce commodities, but natural states of being. Finally, understanding the importance of sleep transforms the way you view your relationship with time. It shifts your perspective from short-term gains to long-term sustainability. Every night of restorative sleep is an investment, compounding benefits across every dimension of your life. You become more productive without exhaustion, more creative without burnout, more emotionally balanced without constant strain. Sleep becomes a deliberate act of self-respect, a powerful tool for mastering your energy, and a foundation for living life at your fullest potential. Empowerment comes not from waiting for external circumstances to change, but from recognizing the control you already have within yourself. Every night, you have the opportunity to take deliberate actions that influence your health, energy, and clarity, yet so many of us overlook the simplest and most effective tools at our disposal. By engaging in intentional practices before bed, like activating specific points on your body or creating mindful routines, you are asserting control over your own nervous system and reclaiming your ability to rest, restore, and thrive. True self-empowerment is rooted in understanding that the choices you make consistently shape your physiology, your mind, and ultimately the trajectory of your life. Too often, we underestimate the cumulative power of small habits. The idea that a brief, intentional act each night could transform your sleep, energy, and productivity may seem almost too simple to be true, but it is precisely in these small, consistent actions that mastery is built. Self-empowerment is not about dramatic transformations or one-time breakthroughs. It is about recognizing the influence you have in everyday moments and taking responsibility for them. When you press this point before bed, engage in controlled breathing, or cultivate a mindful environment, you are sending a clear message to your nervous system. I am aware, I am present, I am in charge of my own well-being. This empowerment extends far beyond sleep. When you take control of one aspect of your life, something as essential as rest, you begin to understand that the principles of awareness, intention, and habit can be applied to every other area of your life. You realize that the external chaos and demands of the world are not in control of your experience. You are. By mastering the art of influencing your own physiology and mental state, you develop a profound sense of confidence and resilience that carries over into work, relationships, creativity, and decision-making. You no longer feel like a passive participant in life reacting to stress and fatigue, but an active architect of your energy and focus. Self-empowerment is also about trust, trusting your body, your mind, and your capacity to respond to life's challenges. For so many, the inability to sleep creates a sense of helplessness, of fear that they are at the mercy of their racing thoughts or stressful environment. But when you activate intentional practices, when you engage with your body and nervous system deliberately, you shift the narrative. You prove to yourself that you are capable of creating change from within. You are not at the mercy of circumstance. You have tools that, when applied consistently, allow you to reclaim your energy, restore your focus, and renew your vitality. Each night becomes a practice in demonstrating your own agency and power. The connection between habit and empowerment cannot be overstated. When you establish a nightly ritual of intentional actions, you create predictability and structure in a world that often feels chaotic. Your nervous system begins to recognize the cues, your mind begins to anticipate rest, and your body learns to respond automatically. Over time, what once required conscious effort becomes effortless. And this is the essence of empowerment, the ability to shape outcomes through consistent, intentional practice. You are not waiting for sleep to happen, you are actively participating in it. You are not waiting for your energy to improve, you are creating the conditions for it. Another crucial element of empowerment is awareness. Too often, people operate on autopilot, neglecting the messages their body sends and ignoring the subtle cues that indicate what they need to function optimally. By practicing intentional touch, mindfulness, or other nightly rituals, you cultivate a heightened sense of body awareness. You learn to recognize tension, fatigue, or misalignment and respond to it proactively rather than reactively. This awareness becomes a skill that extends into every area of your life, allowing you to make better decisions, manage stress more effectively, and maintain higher levels of clarity and focus throughout the day. Self-empowerment is also about consistency and patience. The results of these practices do not come from a single night or a momentary effort. They come from repeated, deliberate actions over time. Each night that you honor your body, your nervous system, and your mind's need for rest, you reinforce a pattern of resilience and self-mastery. You begin to internalize the principle that your choices, no matter how small, have profound cumulative effects. The sense of control and capability that emerges from this repetition transforms not only your sleep, but your mindset, your confidence, and your sense of self-efficacy. Finally, empowerment is about reclaiming your life from external pressures and distractions. Modern life constantly demands attention, energy, and focus, often leaving little room for self-care and restoration. By creating intentional nightly practices, you are setting boundaries, prioritizing your well-being, and demonstrating that your needs matter. This simple act of self-respect is profoundly liberating. It reminds you that you are not powerless in the face of external demands. You have the ability to shape your physiology, your mind, and your habits. You are in control of your energy, your focus, and your capacity to respond to life with clarity, resilience, and intention. Through these consistent actions, self-empowerment becomes a lived experience rather than an abstract concept. You begin to see that the power to influence your life has always been within you, waiting for your awareness and deliberate engagement. By taking control of your nightly rituals, by pressing this point, by aligning your mind, body, and nervous system, you reinforce a profound truth. You are capable, you are resilient, and you have the ability to master not only your sleep, but your life. Each night is a testament to your agency, a practice of self-care, and a declaration that you are ready to live fully, energetically, and intentionally. When you pause each night to honor your body, to activate its natural signals, and to create a deliberate path toward rest, you are doing far more than preparing for sleep. You are reclaiming control over your health, your energy, and your clarity. You are demonstrating to yourself that the power to change, to restore, and to thrive has always been within your hands. Every intentional touch, every mindful breath, every consistent habit you practice becomes a declaration. You are worthy of care, worthy of rejuvenation, and capable of mastering your own life. Sleep is no longer a battle, it becomes a sanctuary, a space where your mind quiets, your body heals, and your spirit recharges. And as you cultivate these habits, as you honor your own needs with awareness and intention, you begin to carry that sense of empowerment into every waking moment. Your days become more focused, your decisions more precise, and your life more aligned with the rhythm of your own energy and potential. This is the essence of self-mastery, the ability to transform small, simple actions into profound, lasting impact. Tonight, take this moment, press the point, breathe deeply, and step fully into the power you have always carried within you. Because true rest is the first step toward living your most extraordinary life. Your life changes the moment you reclaim the power to rest, restore, and rise with intention.